We just completed 5 days and 52 miles canoeing the Green River. And I'll be perfectly honest, after day 1, I was pretty apprehensive about how we were going to make it to day 2. But we were there, and quitting really wasn't an option. The wind was steadily whipping against us, and every paddle stroke felt like we were battling against the elements. I was trying to just hold a steady rhythm in the front, and my partner was responsible for steering in the back. But we were both brand new to canoeing, and really we're still trying to figure out how to move as one. By the time we stopped for lunch, my mind just kept looping on this one question. How do I fix this? How can I fix this? But here's the thing about the river. There's nothing to fix. There's no shortcut, no secret trick. It's just you, the water, and whatever the day brings. And sometimes the only thing that you can do is to keep going. Even in the worst conditions, the wind shifts eventually. One moment it's pushing hard against you, and the next it's gone. This experience was truly a moving meditation practice. As someone who struggles with perfection and control, sometimes the strongest move is actually to loosen your grip. From my position in the front of the canoe, I kept trying to steer, and that was not my job. My partner was responsible for steering in the back, and every time I tried to help, I just threw us further off course. I could see where we were maybe drifting, and I would desperately try to correct it, but then my overcorrections just made everything worse. Eventually, like day 2, day 3, I realized that sometimes the best thing for me to do would be to just stop paddling, to trust my partner to steer, even if we were wobbling, even if I felt like we should be going a slightly different direction. And when I did stop and relax and relinquish that control, the boat moved more easily, almost like it was relieved I'd stopped interfering. And while it felt counterintuitive, sometimes the way forward begins or reveals itself when you stop trying to force it. I heard the rapid before I saw it. My stomach sank, not just for me, but also for my partner. We had just a couple of minutes to pick a side, call out a plan, and then we were in it. Paddles digging, canoe rocking, just enough to spike my adrenaline. And then it was over. And the rapids after that weren't nearly as intimidating. In fact, they were kind of fun. There were definitely moments on this trip where I was afraid, and fear and readiness can exist at the same time. I've heard this phrase before: you can be comfortable or you can grow, but rarely both at the same time. And in this case, noticing and acknowledging the fear wasn't actually a sign to stop. It was just a sign that we were stretching into something new. For 5 whole days, there was no notifications, no endless scroll. The only sounds were the river moving beside us and the sounds from the desert canyon. Out there, the only things that mattered were the next bend, the miles that we hoped to make, and the rhythm of setting up camp, packing and unpacking the canoes, cooking, resting, and waking up to do it all over again. Under the full sturgeon moon, everything glowed silver, especially the water, and the to-do lists, the deadlines, the phone calls, they just didn't exist. It felt incredibly restorative, and research demonstrates that just being in nature, this could even be a walk around your neighborhood, or even looking at nature, looking at videos, even screensavers at home, can actually lower your blood pressure, slow your heart rate, and shift your nervous system into a calmer state. This is actually a form of preventative medicine. Our physiology evolved in natural environments, and when we return to them, our bodies remember how to breathe and function more easily. Mile by mile, the Green River was actually recalibrating me. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, you're a rock star, and I hope that you subscribe so you can see any kind of future videos on mental health, sex, and relationships that I make. You can also subscribe or follow me on social media, do all of that stuff down in the description if you like. I'm writing a newsletter on Substack, and I'll talk a little bit more about how to take some of these things and make them a little bit more concrete. And I want to hear from you. What's a moment in nature, maybe a trip that you've taken, or just a view that you remember that has really stayed with you, and why? Drop it in the comments and help us make a list of other natural adventures that we should partake in to help our nervous systems, help our mind, and just get more out of our lives. Thanks so much for watching.